Thank you, Raja. Thank you for everybody for coming to 1 Million Cup. As Raja said, I presented before the pandemic and the pandemic strike. This project has been planning, but we tweak around and make it, adapt the situation right now. So this is an update. So some of you already know, but some are not. So I will, go through the mission and vision again. Our goal is to bring the STEM education to K-12 students. That's easy to say, but in reality, there's a lot of things that the STEM kids and the trainings, human resource, the kids and everything's are expensive. The parents, they don't have time to bring children, and then the teachers are very busy, especially like this year with the pandemic. They don't have extra time to spend for the after school program and things like that. So this is a good opportunity for us, a good opportunity to help the kids to deliver the STEM education. I will explain how I did in outside of the country. The vision is to reach out the children at all levels and give them the best STEM education possible, STEM literacy, increase STEM literacy rate, and create job opportunity and produce quality 21st century educator, and serve. And then the last and not least, provide a safe and enriching place to learn and play. So our goal is, to, as I said, the STEM-based delivering the KG to 12th grade. But right now we will focus KG to 8th grade first. The parents to experience STEM-based project via a robot and the STEM project with the STEM outreach program in the Lehigh Valley. So how this program we're going to do? It's kind of like it's cost sharing. We buy the STEM kit and we share by we reuse those kits. We probably will bring that to the schools, or we will have a house in the CIE and let the kids come, or the schools to come and use our facility and the robotic kits. Usually the robotic kits very basic robotic kits start from like $800 for like 2 to 3, it can only serve like 2-3 students. So that's not possible for the all of the schools. So that's our plan. And the training wise, you have to take care of it, the cleaning and the sorted back after the a class is a very tedious work. So this job we will take all over, and then we will just share those resources to the schools and the community across the Lehigh Valley. We will teach, we will empower, we will what we do is we will empower, we will educate, we will service, and we will create the lessons. What do we look for the outcome? We will look improve the innovation and competitiveness through the STEM robotic competition. The reason that I like the robotic competitions through the STEM, because of the human nature, everybody want to win. They will motivate, they will aspire, they will create, there's a internal energy, extract from the students to learn by themselves. So the instead of somebody do this and do that, then they will learn from themselves. And also the teacher can be a mentor and coach, and we will also let the parents to involve in as a coach or the mentor. So this is a great program. I've been with this Robot Olympia organization for many years, and it's been a very success story. I've been to like Thailand, Hungary, international robotic competition, the St. Louis, a lot of places, but I do not see any kid. I never met a group of students from Lehigh Valley, so I just want to make it that happen. The closest group that I saw in Hungary was from the Princeton. I think one couple from the Philadelphia, but I don't think they brought their children. They just come and watch the competition in Hungary. That's all the closest people that I found. So I want our Lehigh students have an opportunity to compete in the international level. So how we gonna do is another story. So in this summer, we will have a summer robotic camp. So as you see the WRO World Robot Olympia competition training track, the green is to those who have no experience. Intro to the robotic, we will teach like a light sensor, color sensor, gyro sensors, and things like that. Advanced robotic is going into a little bit more like how to make a robot go straight, arm controls and then things like that. The third is the more specific to the World Robot Olympic peer preparation course. But those who has the experience in first Lego League, first is for first stand for inspiration and recognition of science and technology. That's another organization. First is more on the US side, like 75-80% are in the US, and the WRO is 75-80% is outside of the country. So those are the two organizations from the Lego education, and those who has the experience in first or the WRO can attend just that course. And those who have to, who want to go a little bit advanced, we will go like a Lego digital designer. It's online. This year, WRO International will be the purely online competition. So those who want to be the international competition, that's the course. The last three course is the camp for those who are in advanced level. And those who are in just want to, hey, this summer I don't want to be competitive. I just want to learn something. Or those who are very young, there's like a junior robotic with the Lego we do that has only like a color sensor, light sensor, and color sensor and the motion sensor, things like that. Another thing is the microbit made from the Microsoft. We will teach with the Microsoft microbits kids. And another thing is the Animal Kingdom. We do junior. And another one is a design thinking in the 3D printing. And the last is a Soemoe bot with the microbit. That we will have a competition in maybe in the fall or the winter. So that's the plan that we will are planning to do. And the last and not least, at the end of the summer, this summer in August 21st, we will have an Eastern Pennsylvania Robotic Olympiad tournament. This tournament is a local tournament for the WRO national. Whoever about like 3 to 5 teams will advance into the national level. So that will be held in house in the CIE, the place that we used to have a meeting. And those who have like a question, you can ask after this presentation. Another programs for the coming school year, we're looking to do after school program and the science activities and the robotic club, STEM outreach program that is like the mobile teaching in the various local school, churches, and the community center in the area. To those who has interest in my biography, I will share this slide, so I include this one. But most of you knows already, and Raja introduced already. So this is my biography, and this is a history and achievement. We trained the kids from Myanmar, and we brought them to China robot contest, and they won the 3rd place. They participate in the Thailand and the Hungary. They didn't won any prize in the international level, but they won the 3rd place in the China competition. And then this is the robotic competition. Each and every year, the students' interest increase every year. That's how I would like to replicate in Lehigh Valley. Another thing is how we, going to create the job. There's the 3rd mission, the 3rd mission, create job opportunity. So in here in Northampton, we are looking for the interns to teach this program. This is the Lehigh University student. They sent her in the summer, and she enjoyed it. She thought she never liked teaching, but she found out that she loved in the teaching, and then she decided to go for the PhD. So that's the great outcome from the program, our program. We work with the Lehigh University International Students Organization. And for the 2021 and then 22, what we need, we would like to found a nonprofit organization. We are currently talking with HSI, Linda, and then we're looking for the board of directors. We're looking for funding, grants, and in-kind donor. We're looking for intern, part-time. That's a recruitment for robotic teams. That's a very big challenge, a lot of works to speak with the school and the board of school boards, and those areas that I need help. I'm also the partnership with school, church, and community, and then the volunteer and committee member for the competition. And last and not least, input, idea, and suggestion. If anybody has question, please feel free to ask and discuss in this forum. So that's about it, and thank you.
Okay, thank you, Soemoe. Soemoe, would you mind stop sharing your screen so we can go into the Q&A side? So Soemoe, so let me get you started, and folks, please feel free to put your questions and comments as you are, as we are moving through this program there. So you are in the process of setting up a nonprofit, right? A new nonprofit. So can you share with the group where you are with that right now?
Currently, right now, we are. I'm talking with Linda. We are going under her organization, but unfortunately, she has a personal tragedy. So I'm just waiting for their answer.
Okay. So one of the things that we are also helping Soemoe with is that to see how we can assist him from the college perspective to get that initiative started for him. He has this enormous experience working in Myanmar, running programs, and we think that there's a value in transferring that knowledge here in Lehigh Valley, especially when it comes to facilitating kids at that age. There's a question from Girish here. What qualifications do you like to see in selecting board of directors for your nonprofit?
any background, manufacturing or engineering or teaching or any area is good.
So you are
As is the stand is like the combination is so the I would like to see the board to be a diverse.
Okay, so and as a follow-up to that question, from my perspective, I think Girish asked a really good question regarding the board of directors for nonprofit. You may want to spend some time thinking about what type of individual do you really need in your board, right? Because when you are forming a nonprofit, um, setting up a board of directors, I believe, is a requirement, for a 501c3, and the type of people that you want there can really help you, move your goals. So I would be a little bit selective on who you have there and ask yourself, okay, what value are they bringing, to this program? What can I, so it becomes a mutually beneficial relationship to both sides. So you may want to think about that.
Yeah, mostly like engineering, educations, and science, technology background would be good, and also the community involvement.
Okay. There is a question here from, well, there's actually a comment from Al and Hector, and it is actually on the chat. So Solo, when we send you the video, you should have you can download the chat. They're suggesting you a number of resources and number of partners that we can, reach out to in order to move your summer programs, forward. Hector is also saying that it's an outstanding opportunity for kids in the area and to reach out to him. He's also provided his email address on the chat. So
Okay.
I think that that'll be a wonderful opportunity for you. Question from Jeff. Where do you register for the classes you're offering this summer? Are they in NCC's registration system? Also confirming these classes will be held in the CIE. And I can also help you address that question, but go ahead.
Yeah, we are currently set up the classes in the NCC registration because of this is tied up to the different departments. So I will put this to Raja. So
yeah, let me help Somo also address that question, Jeff. So Jeff, one of the things that we are exploring right now is what the CIE is certainly supporting Somo in what he wants to do and what he wants to accomplish. But we are also exploring, where would it make sense to offer this class through what division within NCC. Now the physical classes, yes, will take place in the CIE and also the Fab Lab. That's we have volunteered the space, for him to do that. And on top of that, we have also made some scholarship money available to him so that if parents cannot afford to send their kids, and we have identified a pool of money that he can use, especially, the focus is that, we certainly would like to support some low-income families to be able to send their kids through a program like this. And there's also some funding that is available to support that initiative. Yeah. I'm going through another question from Girish here. Any connection established with the Da Vinci Center? Somo, I know that you have done some work with the Da Vinci Center. Can you also elaborate on that, please?
Yeah, Da Vinci, and I have a connection. The ex-CEO of the Da Vinci Center, Dr. Frank, he is a mentor of this project.
Yeah. A good comment from Amy Baker here. She's also suggesting that Amy may have some leads for some, for her to help you reach out to some contacts in the Lehigh Valley. So I would certainly also reach out to her. Amy, would you mind, if you have not already done that, to put your contact information on the chat? So Soemoe will have that as well. Okay.
I don't have the ability to make a comment on this board. I don't know how to do it, but I'll be going to Donegan and Bra Hill to distribute your flyer. I'll also be translating it in Spanish. I'm also going to go to a couple of baseball games on the South Side on the weekends. So I'll be distributing them, but I'll give you the contacts to Donegan and Bra Hill as well, of who I work with there.
Or for those who would like to, fill up the form, we have a form set up in the Google that as well as the NCC registration page will set up, that we will send out that, we will contact you through. So there's a parents inquiry form set up. You will see in in my slides.
Yeah. Girish, one thing I think the Soemoe can also, the question that you asked earlier regarding setting up a nonprofit board, which I think is so important. I think he can certainly use some assistance from SCORE to see if he can sit down with somebody that can, give him some ideas on, on what are some ways to, go about that. I think would be very helpful to him.
Yeah, we can certainly do that. Reach out to me, Soemoe, and let's see if we can formulate an outline of what kind of directors or support staff you would need.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will definitely contact you.
I'm actually looking at the chat, so there's not and I don't see any further questions on the chat. So Pete, if you're okay with it, so what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to let the audience unmute themselves and ask any direct questions or provide feedback to Soemoe, and ask you to moderate that session. So is that okay with you?
Sounds good.
Okay. So if you have any particular comments or feedback, you can certainly unmute yourself and discuss that with Soemoe.
I have a question for Soemoe. You mentioned in in your slides and in the program that that there are some courses available for kids as young as two to 6 via Lego and Microbit. Are these programs offered in other cities? I'm sure they are. And are you aware of them?
Yes, there's a couple of those offering, but these are mostly geared towards the competitions. The Microbit is geared towards the Soemoe board. We are affiliating with the WRO, so we are the Pennsylvania and the Delaware state director for the state competitions.
Okay.
So, Soemoe, there's a couple other things that I wanted to share with you, that a couple of the regional organizations, the Lehigh Valley Community Foundation and the Volunteer Center of the Lehigh Valley, they're both going through some, sort of training sessions now for new board members for organizations, for nonprofits. So if you want to reach out to me, I'll connect you to somebody over there to just see people who are actually looking to be members of boards who might have the skill set that would be a fit for what you're looking to do.
Yeah, I need a lot of help. I'm I'm mostly like good at in teaching, innovating, but I need a lot of help in that nonprofit area, the advertisement, recruitment area. appreciate it, you know.
Yeah, and one of the other things is just you were talking about, you know, potentially outreach to, you know, to churches to make them aware of it. And again, there's something, the Lehigh Conference of Churches, that brings a lot of the churches together, so you can kind of get the information to them, and then they can distribute it to a whole bunch of their member congregations, so that you're not having to reach out to all these individual congregations. It can be a conduit for you. So that's another resource that might be helpful to you.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I went like 2 churches, and they're very excited. The course and the program that mobile-based teaching, they love it. You know, they don't have to buy it. They don't have to train the teachers. Somebody will come and teach in their after-school program. So they love the idea.
Excellent. And then Debbie Rice posted in the chat, Soemoe, that she's an event planner and does marketing, and she does really good work, by the way. And she said she would be happy to give time for you on this. So if you want to reach out to her, she might volunteer at the event, but also can give you some assistance. So connect
Debbie,
with Debbie if you would.
I will definitely reach out to you. Sure. I will call you in this week.
Any other questions, comments, suggestions that everybody has? You can just unmute yourself and bring it up, or put it in the chat, whatever you're comfortable with.
I can suggest something. I don't know how good it is, but we have Dana Yurgasi from the city of Allentown on the screen with us, and I was wondering if there is a program that can be offered to inner city kids, or if there's any support coming from the from the Allentown, Bethlehem city areas, you know.
You're asking to me?
No, I'm just offering that as a suggestion, and maybe we can follow this up with somebody in the
Yeah, definitely.
government.
The Community Action Development Corporation has a youth and wellness committee, and I'm on that committee, so I will definitely be letting them know about this program. I just received this information last week from Soemoe, so I'm going to be actively hitting 26 nonprofits that I'm aware of that could help recruit students for this program.
Really appreciated everybody, and especially Raja, very supportive into this program. And as you know, this is it's not that easy to make them excited, and there's a lot of steps that the financial and the human resource and things like that. So whatever the Rajas supporting from this program from the day one is really appreciated, and everybody.
All right. Anybody with any comments or suggestions for Soemoe?
Yeah, hi, Soemoe. Thank you for your presentation. I have a question about the STEM disciplines behind the robotics. I mean, I envision what's there, but just wanted to run through some of or maybe you can share some of the other disciplines besides. I'm thinking like mechanical engineering, these kids would be exposed to, low voltage electronics, power, motors, and that kind of thing, and also coding or programming. But I was hoping you could maybe expand on those disciplines and maybe some that are in there that I'm not aware of in robotics.
We are mostly focused on the legal education. As some of you may know, legal commercial and the education is a different entity. The legal education did a great deal of research and development. They spend billions of dollars in the research, and they come up with the curriculum that we do is for the younger children and the Lego EV3 robotics system is for the a little bit older. So most are in the LabVIEW program, but it can be used as a Python and then the other programming like JavaScript. So mostly kids do not have to do like a soldering. The way that I love the Lego is kids are already familiar with these pieces. It's not we were not sometimes if we give like a Arduino board and something like that, then the kids they don't there's a steep learning curve. Lego on the other hand for them is a piece of cake, and then that easy to learn. That's why we love the Legos, and we are using the Lego education curriculum and the Lego set. For the soldering and the electronic, I have a class very basic using the snap circuits. This use the series parallels and up to the AM FM radio. That's the course that this year we don't have enough time for that, so probably we will offer in the fall after school program. So electronics, programming, mechanical, and most important is the project management, time management, teamwork, and things like that. For the competition.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope this answers your question.
Yes, thank you.